if you love my God, if you can get me to orgasm and all that other stuff, right?
I lay awake with dreams inside of my mind, in hopes that I can see them. I pray that I can reach you. God only knows if I make it out alive.
What up, guys?
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Gang. We love you guys. We appreciate you for all your likes, comments, and reshares, and all the love. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about
how to stay celibate.
How to stay celibate
Before marriage.
before marriage.
It's so hard for some people. I mean, it wasn't hard for me, but like it's so hard for some people with all the temptations around and all the like leisure that some people have, and just how hard it is and like everyone's surroundings to stay celibate.
Well, everything is given to you, so it's not like, again, like we spoke about this on, I believe, 2 videos ago about like just like social media, like audio porn, music, pornography sites, and just everybody nowadays. You go on social media, like you'll see like all the prints in the world, all the type of designs and flavors of the world, you know, whatever you're into, you're gonna see it online. So it makes it difficult for you to be celibate. You know what I mean?
Especially like, obviously we're Muslim. One of the conditions and one of the things that we have to uphold is our virginity. But a lot of Muslims do a lot of shit that we're not supposed to do. And I'm not saying y'all, I'm saying all of us. Like, we all sin knowingly and unknowingly. Right. But for some people, this is something that they absolutely have no leisure on. Like, they're absolutely not going to give themselves up before marriage. And then some people find themselves falling into that trap of deception, love, and zina. But that's one of the things.
Right.
We're not judging you guys. We're just trying to help the people that have
the people that are interested and people that are like probably going through celibacy right now, and they probably realized what they were doing was wrong, and they stopped, and they probably stuck right now figuring out, damn, am I doing the right thing? Am I the only one right now holding on to my V card? And like everywhere I'm walking, it seems like everybody's waving their V cards and like, oh, here you go, here you go, here you go. But am I the only one that's like holding on to it and feels like it's precious to you? And it's not. It's a lot of people that are still holding on to their V cards, and there's a lot of people that still feel like it's precious to them.
This goes for men and women, because I feel like the standards are different for men and women, but like it's the same. Yeah. But the first way that I think you can stay celibate before marriage is surround yourself around people that are like you. Yeah. So they're either celibate or they've never had, intercourse before, or they're married. Yeah. So if you're around, you know how they say birds of a feather flock together? It's very, 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 very true. And I've grown to see that as I get older, that people that are like stay together.
And we know drugs are bad. Like, I don't know anybody that's gonna say, "Oh my God, I love drugs."
In every video you talk about drugs.
Of course, because you have to talk about what people experience in general. And what do people experience? We experience financial issues. We experience mental issues. We experience physical issues. We experience spiritual issues. So a lot of those issues have to deal with drugs. Like, it's
you're under the influence, you do things that you wouldn't do off of it.
And that's why it's haram. Because when you're under the influence, meaning like you're taking all these pills and you're taking all these drugs and you're drinking all this stuff, you're not going to be thinking in your right mind, right? And those drugs are going to amplify the music that you listen to. Definitely the best way to stay celibate is to stay away from drugs. Right?
Or any intoxicants.
Yes, and it's hard again in this type of social media world that we're in, where everybody feels the need to fit in.
And everything is normalized. Like, things that should not be like normal is normalized.
Right.
Which we're not judging anyone, by the way.
You don't even have to say that.
We're not judging.
We're not.
We genuinely don't care what other people do with their lives if that's what you want to do. But we are speaking on people that are actually looking for this kind of guidance and actually like want to hear this information. If you don't want to hear it, you should not be watching the video. If you think we're judging you, you should not be watching the video. But anyway, I just had to say that because I don't need the comments doing all that stuff.
I remember one person that's like, I'm not gonna mention their names, but he was just like, man, all my friends are like having sex. Like, I'm trying to experience it, you know? And we was just talking about it, and I was like, well, I wouldn't tell you not to, but I wouldn't tell you to do it neither. But if you're asking me, I would say don't do it, right? Meaning, like, I don't want him to take me like I'm his parent, like, yo, bro, you really telling me not to do this? I'm the type of person, I give you both bad and good advice. So I was like, well, if you do it this way, first things first, just know you're giving yourself up. And if you're okay with that, then that's fine. But if you're not, you're going to think about this for the long term. You know, you're going to continue thinking about this. Second, you might get somebody pregnant that you don't want to get pregnant. And that has been always my biggest fear, is to get somebody pregnant, you know? So that kept me from doing a lot of things, right? I've never tried drugs before, again, because you can get addicted to it.
Yeah, it's easy to get addicted to things
that are not good for you, you know?
Yeah.
But I think the best way to stay celibate, another way, is to find things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
That keeps you away from thinking about those things.
And keeps you busy.
And that's the advice that I gave that gentleman, was to find things that you enjoy. Find a sport that you can be occupied with. You know, if you like playing soccer, play soccer. If you like playing basketball, play basketball. If you like boxing, you can release all that tension, you know. If you like video games, or like for women, if you like to go shop, you know.
Shopping.
You know, do those things. If you like hiking, do that, because for that split 8 hours, it keeps your head away from thinking about sex.
I mean, I don't mind you hopping around guy to see which guy is perfect for marriage, but as long as you're not doing nothing with these guys, then okay, I would advise you to do that. To explore the kind of man that you want without exploring it sexually. Okay?
Exploiting yourself.
Yes.
Create more boundaries for yourself, right? So self-respect, boundaries.
You just thought of that.
I said the
word respect. I said respect, and you just said respect.
Okay.
Because that's what I was about to say.
Boundaries come with respect.
That's what I was about to say next.
Okay, but think about something else. But anyway, because these things stop you from doing things that you don't want to do, right? So being celibate is hard, right? Being celibate is like, drink this, again, go back to drinking. Like, say, oh, I don't drink. When people meet me, they're like, you don't drink? Oh, yeah, okay, when did you stop? I never started. Oh, you know how it tastes? No, I don't know. Really? You never had a drop? Like a taste?
Like in your old
no,
field,
I've never had a taste.
In your old line of work.
You never smoked a cigar? No. You get what I'm saying? So there's people that are alive that never experienced, never been to a concert. No. Am I missing out? No. Like, you know, so I think you got to set boundaries for yourself to be able to hold yourself accountable.
My last thing is get rid of your fear of missing out and always think of the consequences. Like,
yeah, that's so deep.
As someone that got married young, trust me, I know what FOMO is, and I have experienced it maybe like for a quick split second.
I was about to say, I know what FOMO means, fresh off the boat.
No, yeah, it's kind of like the same word. But yeah, fear of missing out, basically. So like, especially when you're young and you see everybody doing all of these things, and trust me, I've been in a situation where other people were doing things that I knew that I couldn't do and I wasn't supposed to do. And for a split second, you might think, maybe I should just try it out. Like, nobody will ever know. Like, just try it out because everyone else is doing it. But no, don't. Like, think of the consequences.
Yeah.
Number one, God. I think in every religion, sex before marriage is not okay. So even if you don't believe, if you do believe, I'm talking to you, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, I don't know. But I know sex before marriage is not okay. So when you're having that moment of FOMO and you think, oh my God, let me just go do it. Like, I have the opportunity, I got this guy or I got this girl that I can go do it with. Think of those consequences, not only with your creator, but physically. Like, there are literally consequences to having sex.
Right.
Like, whether you're married, unmarried, like single, in a relationship, young, old, there are consequences. There's STDs, there's having kids that you don't want with someone that you don't want. And I recently heard about this thing called soul ties. I don't know if, like, I didn't really look too deep into it, but I do strongly believe that when you give yourself up in a certain way to other people, their energy and yours collides.
Yes.
That if you're doing that with someone that's not all the way like up there, and you're not all the way up there mentally, you're going to fall into a deeper pit. Like, there's a reason why we're not supposed to do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you have fear of missing out, just do something else. Keep yourself busy. Try other things. Change your circle of friends, and it'll be easier from it.
On top of what she said as far as fear of missing out, is for the people that's like, well, how you know how good he's going to be in bed or how good she's going to be in bed if you don't try out all the fruits in the world, right? So
I'm telling you, all the people that have bad advice, they will tell you those things. Like, people that have bad advice will tell you exactly what you just said. Trust me.
Straight bad advice, right? They say if you don't experience that, how would you know if that's the right person for you, right? I would say, well, if you don't experience that, how can you compare it to what the right person could be for you? You don't know, right? So you only know what you know. So sometimes bliss is ignorance. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. Not all the time, but sometimes it is, right? If you just start out your relationship,
that's really facts. So cute. That's spoke to me too.
If you start out your relationship with this one person, you guys get to grow together. So even if you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, well, y'all gonna figure out what to do.
That's another topic, right?
Okay? Okay. However you guys get to your whatever, you know, of course, you can tune up here. But anyway, if you're like, oh my God, if you can get me to orgasm and all that other stuff, right? Just know that you can find a way with your partner when y'all get married on the things that you guys like.
But also,
when you guys speak about it, right? But
also,
all that other stuff, you don't gotta go through it to get to that point. Because now, once you do it, you get married to the person, because you know people want to go through it and marry the person that never done it before. Now they're thinking about all these ways they could have, and it's like, no, you should have went and married that person at the club. Nothing wrong with finding somebody at the club, but that's the person that gave you that experience, that have the same thing. Go marry that person. Don't go get all the experience in the world and then come marry somebody that never done those things.
And expect them, have expectations for them that they have not even like done. You know what I mean? Like, people just, and a lot of that stuff happens in the Muslim and African community. Like, men think that it's okay for them to be, not you, you're perfect, but like some of them think that it's okay for them to go experiment and do things that they wouldn't want their sister or their mother to do, but then they want to go marry the most innocent person and then ruin their life by cheating on them and doing all this other things. But that's another story. So
hopefully that helped you guys with as far as staying celibate. Hope you like this video. If you guys have more suggestions, topics, and advices, please make sure you comment below and send us all those things, okay? We love you. We're going to see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I took the high road. I walk alone, but I'm still fighting for